I'm Jayson Lusk, the director of the Center for Food Demand Analysis at Purdue University. I'm happy to share with you some of the results of our latest Consumer Food Insights survey, a survey we conduct with over 1,000 U.S. food consumers every month. This month in April, I want to hit a few highlights for you. First, we measure consumers' sustainable food purchasing patterns along a variety of dimensions. This index has remained stable over the last several months, but we have seen a slight uptick in the sustainable food purchasing index. Over the course of our survey, we're up about 2 points out of 100 since we began the survey in January. We've also noticed that consumer food spending is down a bit this month in April compared to the prior month in March. At the same time, we're still higher than when the survey began in January, about 9% higher spending today than at the first of the year. This month, we asked a couple of specific questions and did a couple of specific analyses to dive into current events. One, we asked consumers about bird flu. We also did a bit of a deeper dive exploring urban versus rural consumers. And I also want to share with you very briefly a new data dashboard that will let you dig into some of the data yourself. So on the bird flu concerns, about 46% of our consumers said they had heard of bird flu, and roughly the same percentage said that they were concerned about the effect of bird flu on the safety of the food they were eating. Now, most experts suggest that bird flu does not pose a significant food safety risk to consumers, but of course that doesn't mean consumers may not believe the same thing. Lastly, we asked consumers whether they were concerned that bird flu might and other animal diseases might affect the prices that they pay for food, and about 60% of consumers said that they were indeed concerned about that. On the urban versus rural divide, a couple of things I'll highlight where we noticed some important differences. One is on food security. Urban consumers were much more likely to be food secure. About 85% of urban consumers were food secure versus only 77% of rural consumers. And maybe, following on from that result might not be too surprising to see that when we ask about overall happiness with one's diet and food, that urban consumers express more happiness and more satisfaction with their overall food environment compared to rural consumers. And finally, I just want to mention to you a data dashboard that we've released that lets you look and do your own deep dive into some of the survey questions. The graph you're seeing here is the extent to which consumers say they buy organic food. You can pick different demographics. This one is showing income. It shows that the likelihood of choosing organic tends to increase with one's income level. It also looks at how the answers to these questions have changed over time. So I encourage you to spend some time and look at the data yourself. And I also encourage you to tune in to future editions of our Consumer Food Insights survey.